Welcome to Echoes of the Past, where history isn't just old, it's oddly fascinating.
From forgotten facts to bizarre backstories, we dig into the dusty corners of time
So
so
you
you
don't
don't
have
have
to.
to.
I'm Jody Lynn, your amateur historian and full-time trivia hoarder.
And I'm Ephraim here for the facts and the fun.
Let's rewind the clock and press play on the past.
Tattoos have been called many things over the centuries: sacred marks, punishment, signs of rebellion, and art etched into skin. Today they're everywhere, from celebrities on the red carpet to people on the street, yet their history stretches back thousands of years. This episode dives into the origins of tattooing, its place in different cultures, and the stigmas and shifts in perception, museums that preserve its history, changing laws, and finally how tattoos have been shaped by pop culture.
The earliest known tattoos belong to Ötzi the Iceman, a man frozen in the Alps around 3300 BCE. His body carried more than 60 tattoos, mostly lines and dots near joints and on his spine. These weren't decorative, but likely therapeutic, an ancient form of acupuncture or pain relief. Already, we see tattoos serving a practical, almost medicinal role. In ancient Egypt, tattoos have been found on mummies dating back thousands of years, mostly on women. The designs seem tied to fertility, childbirth, and protective magic, showing that tattoos had spiritual and social meaning early on. Meanwhile, in Polynesia, tattoos become some of the most elaborate and culturally rich traditions on Earth. The word tattoo itself comes from the Tahitian word tatui, Tatau,
I think it's tattoo.
tatau, meaning to strike. Polynesian tattoos were deeply symbolic, reflecting genealogy, accomplishments, and social standing. Getting tattooed was a rite of passage, often an excruciatingly painful process done with bone tools and natural ink, but also an act of courage and identity. In Japan, tattoos started as decoration and ritual, but eventually shifted into something darker. By the 17th century, tattooing was something or sometimes used to mark criminals, branding them permanently. Later, however, Japanese tattoo artists developed irezumi, full-body tattoos with incredible detail, often depicting dragons, koi, and mythological scenes. Though associated with the underworld for a long time, irezumi is now recognized as a unique art form.
The Maori of New Zealand developed its tamoko, facial tattoos that weren't just designs but intricate carvings that represented ancestry, family lineage, and personal achievements. Each moko was unique, almost like a signature etched into the skin. Many Native American tribes used tattoos for achievements, protection in battle, or spiritual purpose. Some designs were earned through acts of bravery, while others invoked animal spirits or protection from illness. Among Celtic and Nordic tribes, tattoos and body markings often tied to war and ritual. Ancient accounts describe warriors painted up or tattooed with spirals, knots, and symbols meant to intimidate enemies and connect them to their gods. In Hindu and Buddhist traditions, especially in Southeast Asia, the practice of
Sakyant.
Sakyant tattoos continues today. These tattoos are given by monks or spiritual practitioners believing to provide protections, blessings, or even magical abilities. They are both spiritual and artistic, showing the line between body art and religious practice. In Western history, tattoos carried a different meaning. During the Age of Exploration, European sailors encountered Polynesian tattoo traditions and brought them home. Tattoos became a badge of maritime identity. By the 19th and early 20th centuries, tattoos in the West were mostly tied to sailors, carnival performers, and later as outlaws and bikers, seen as rebellious, low class, or criminal.
Which I think is hilarious because people in the military did it as a show of like them being in the military.
Yeah.
I know my grandpa had one for the Marines.
I don't know if, like, aside from myself and my brothers, I don't know if any of the people in my family got. Well, I mean, we don't have tattoos related to the military, but being in the military and having tattoos,
Yeah.
like like a lot of my coworkers, they have tattoos. You just see people everywhere just with tattoos.
Yeah, I feel like the military based tattoos are the older generation because I've seen a lot of older like retirement age men have the Marine ones.
Yeah,
I've seen a few with Army ones, but it's mostly I feel like the Marines that would do it, and it was the Semper Fi one with the eagle.
yeah, the eagle globe and anchor.
Yeah, they would do that one, and that's usually just how I've always seen it. Not all societies embrace tattoos. In Japan, as mentioned, tattoos became associated with criminals, and to this day, people with large tattoos may be barred from spas, gyms, or certain public places. In Europe and the Middle East, tattoos often conflicted with religious beliefs. Some Christian groups viewed tattoos as sinful, citing biblical prohibitions. In Islam, tattooing is considered forbidden, haram, by many scholars. Those practices vary across regions. In the United States and much of Europe, tattoos developed a stigma through the 19th and 20th centuries. They were seen as the mark of sailors, prisoners, bikers, or gang members. And for decades, tattoos were considered dirty, dangerous, and unprofessional. But in the late 20th century, tattoos shifted from subculture to mainstream. The punk scene, the rise of the rock and hip hop, and eventually celebrity culture helped push tattoos into fashion. By the 2000s, tattoos were not just accepted, but celebrated. From sleeves of ink to small minimalistic designs, each piece telling a story. I want to say that personally, I don't know, this is mostly because I have them, and I have quite a bit of them, but I don't think that having tattoos necessarily makes you unprofessional.
No,
I think
I'm gonna beat a cat.
um little man testing boundaries. Anyways, I think that in certain spots on your body it can be unprofessional, even no matter what it is, unless it's like a religious thing, like the Maori and theirs. But like for the most part, if you're going to be in a professional setting, as long as they're not like I don't know a naked lady on your hand or something, or some cuss words or something that's racial, I don't see the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With like, okay, so going through it reminds me. So when you go to like a recruiter and they you start talking to them and blah blah blah. At some point or another, they'll ask you, "Do you have any tattoos?" And at the time, I didn't have any, so it wasn't
A problem?
a problem.
Yeah.
But of course, they're doing it to look for people who've had like hate symbols, gang affiliated tattoos, just kind of obscene ones, I guess. So they can be like, okay, this person's probably bad news if they're walking in here with like a swastika on their fucking forearm or a MS-13 tattoo on their knuckles or something.
Yeah.
Um, our military is kind of strict when it comes to not super strict, but they're very peculiar on where you get them. So like, you can't have any on your hands unless you had them beforehand.
Even if they're religious?
Even if they're religious,
Oh, wow.
they don't like anything on your hands or obviously the face.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you get them on your arm, they have to be 2 inches above the wrist. Any on your neck, you can have one behind your ear, 1 inch by 1 inch, or you can have one on the back of your neck, 2 inches by 2 inches.
That's why we had to make sure really, really well on yours that it was small enough.
And the one I have on my behind my ear is pretty small. I think I could have gotten away with 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch.
Yeah, I think you could have gone just a little bit bigger and you would have been fine.
Oh well, so to go back now.
I mean, you could add to it.
Yeah, I guess. I know like some of the people said my coworkers have tattoos. One guy has tattoos all over his hands.
Really?
Not like completely covering them, but he's got a like on the back of his hand and a little bit on his fingers.
Oh, okay.
One of my friends or buddies from work, Peak, he had one mustache tattoo on his finger.
That sounds like a Peak thing.
Yeah, I asked him about it once, and back when mustache anything with like the craze or whatever, he got it, and he told me, I'm like, dude, you're fucking stupid.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a car with a mustache on it, and it was Mr. Mustachio, so I can't say anything.
But yeah, their military is very picky when it comes to what you can and cannot have, and where you can have it.
The prison system, I know at least in Texas, is the exact same way. When you sign up and are going through the academy, or I mean, even I think it's before you go through the academy. It's when you're going through and doing the testing, because you have to go in and actually like take a test and make sure that you're going to pass it, whatever.
Yeah.
They ask you at the end if you have tattoos. Are there any gang related ones? if any of them are perverted, I guess is the right word.
Yeah.
And if you have any that are above, you're not allowed to have any on your hands or your face, obviously. They would recommend not having them on your neck or behind your ears. And if you do, any of them have to be covered up at all fucking times. It could be 112 degrees outside. They're going to have you wear a sleeve, like the sleeves. If
Yeah.
you have your if you have your polo on. If you don't, you could just wear your normal button up long sleeve that they give you. But yeah, they're super strict about it. Even if you get them after, they have to know about it at like the whole time.
Yeah. It's a little silly.
I mean, I get it for the prison though, because all the gangs and gang related things in there.
Yeah.
It can be very touchy, but it is. I feel like it's a little silly if they're not gang related on why you have to hide them.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but that's always been my opinion. It's not has nothing really to do with right or wrong. I just think it's silly.
Yeah. And then there's also like having tattoos in like the normal workforce.
Yeah, I've been told many times I have to cover mine up, and I'm like, why?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Like everybody has them. The only people, honestly, my opinion, the only people who really care about that are like old people.
The older
like
generation,
the older generation, like boomers mostly.
Yeah, it makes really no sense.
Because they over here and get all bitchy about it. Oh, those are permanent. No shit.
No, I thought I could wash it off next week.
Kids are permanent too, and you all still had those.
They had a lot of those.
Fucking couldn't stay off each other. But like, who cares? At this point, like, seeing someone with a tattoo is
I'm mostly just going to look at it and be like, ooh, what is that?
Yeah,
I get super curious. I'll stare at people all day and not feel any ashamedness of it. Like, every now and then I'll go to HB or somewhere. I'm like, ooh, I like that person's tattoo. And I'll tell them, and it's always funny because you get the people who aren't really paying attention when you say it, and then other people who kind of get giddy when you say it, and you can tell that you've made them giddy for it. And it always makes my day.
Yeah, or like
my favorite is getting old women who walk up to me and tell me they love my tattoos and that I'm really brave for getting tattoos. those old ladies are my favorite.
Yeah, well, my grandma has tattoos. She got them like a few of them when she was older. Mm-hmm. Of course, my grandma's always been old as far as I've been alive.
I think everybody's grandma's old the whole time that you can remember them.
Yeah. Like my mom has tattoos.
My mom refuses to get one. I told her she should get a matching one with me, and she just refuses.
Yeah,
rude.
My dad has tattoos. My uncles, cousins have tattoos. My brothers have tattoos. I don't know if my sisters had a tattoo.
At this point, I would say
I wouldn't doubt it. I have tattoos.
I have a lot.
You have tattoos?
I think I have like 19 now.
I have
4, 5.
4. The lemon grab, the skeleton knight.
I still think that one reminds me of Warhammer.
And then the one behind my ear. Yeah, 4.
You got a few to catch up.
Like, I don't know, just people who still are like, oh, tattoos are unprofessional, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
No. So it's having to leave work early to go take your kid because you decided to have that. Sorry. Don't hate me for saying that, but,
Yeah. So where are we? Tattoo museums and preservation. As tattoos become recognized as history and art, museums began curating them. The Amsterdam Tattoo Museum, once one of the most famous, collected tools, artwork, and tattoo history from around the globe. Though it eventually closed, it showed how tattoos could be studied academically.
Oh, that's sad. It should have closed.
In Paris, the Museum
Musée du Tatouage.
I fucking hate the French language. Anyways, also documented tattoo traditions. Meanwhile, smaller museums and traveling exhibits continue to celebrate tattoo artistry. On the more controversial side, some medical collections include preserved pieces of tattooed human skin taken from cadavers or even prisoners. These morbid artifacts reveal how tattoos have fascinated and sometimes horrified people throughout history.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying. If there was I don't know if I feel like it was Chinese or Japanese or it was an Asian country that had an actual tattoo museum where they hung them up like animal hide, and like had them stretched so you could see the actual artwork. And I saw it a few years back, and I thought it was the coolest thing, especially like the older ones where they're from like old tattoo traditions and whatnot.
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing to me. I know it's a little bit morbid, but there's a lot of things in museums that are very morbid if you think about it. That is so cool.
Yeah. In Japan, I know they have a museum where they have like the Yakuza tattoos,
Yeah.
like how they're all like full body,
Mm-hmm.
and where they ask the dudes, after you die,
Can I skin you?
can we put your skin up for display as a museum piece? And they were like, yeah, go ahead. And so now I don't remember. I know, like I said, I know it's Japan, but I don't remember where they have a
That is the coolest thing to me.
museum you can go into and see the fucking intricate ass Yakuza tattoos.
You know, it's really funny. Every time I think of this, in the forest, if you go down in the caves, there's a Yakuza member that was fell out of a plane, and they literally took his skin off and displayed it in the caves.
Yeah, and that's like where you can find the katana.
Mm-hmm. I go for that. That's the first thing I go for as soon as I hit the ground. I don't care.
Yeah.
I would love to go to that. I think that is the coolest thing ever. For much of history, though, tattooing was unregulated, which often made it dangerous. In New York City, tattooing was banned from 1961 to 97 after a hepatitis outbreak was linked to unsterilized needles. During those decades, tattooing went underground, hidden in back rooms and basements. In Japan, regulations remain strict. Tattooing is often seen as a medical procedure, and for decades, only licensed medical professionals were legally allowed to tattoo, a rule that forced the art underground. Even today, stigma remains strong. In Japan, you are not allowed to go into any of the religious temples if you have even any kind of small ink showing, and you have to have it covered at all times.
Yeah.
They're very strict about that. So if you're somebody who likes to go look at the temples for the art and the architecture, which is really cool looking, you have to make sure that you are covered.
Yeah. Japan's society is very about the collective and not the individual.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's like
That's why
they're all like very
the same aesthetic.
similar. Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Like but they look down on people who try to stick out. Like
they would not like me.
People with people with colored hair, tattoos, people who really like to, race cars and modify them. They're just very like keep that shit
to yourself,
away and to yourself. No one else needs to know about it.
I don't think they would like the furry culture, which is funny because they have a huge furry culture, but theirs is very different from ours.
Yeah,
like their furries look like you popped them straight out of a cartoon, which is hilarious to me because they look nicer, they look higher quality than the ones we have here.
Yeah, and not to say like the ones here aren't high quality either, but they're a lot more.
It's a different style, I think.
Yeah, different look.
Because like Japan keeps it more like realistic, like anamorph, I think is what they're called, where it's more realistic as if it was a full size thing, like our size. Whereas the ones here are more
cartoonish.
Yes, I guess that would be the right word.
Bright colors, very cartoony looking.
Yeah. Modern regulations have improved safety across the world, though. Today, professional tattoo studios follow strict hygiene standards, sterile needles, clean environments, licensing, and aftercare education. These regulations help tattoos shift from something dirty and dangerous into a professional art form. The licensing part, you have to get, I feel like last time I checked, it was either 6 or 8 different licensing and certifications that you have to have and can be kept at all time. One of them is bloodborne pathogens that you have to keep up with all the time. If you let it slip, it's a big no-no. No-no.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Tattoos have exploded in movies, games, music, and TV. Movies, Memento used tattoos as memory. Each mark a clue. Eastern Promises showed the criminal codes of Russian prison tattoos. Disney's Moana celebrated Polynesian tattoo heritage, while the Illustrated Man turned tattoos into a storytelling device. Reality shows like Miami Ink., LA Ink., and Ink Master have brought tattoo culture into living rooms, helped normalize and celebrate the artistry. Video games often use tattoos as character customization, like in Cyberpunk 2077, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Far Cry. In some games, tattoos reflect status or unlock special abilities, echoing real-world traditions of tattoos as power or protection. What I like about the one in Far Cry 3 is it's your skill tree.
Mm-hmm.
So the more abilities you unlock, the bigger the tattoo gets on your forearm.
That's really cool.
And yeah, and like you can physically see it actually change as you progress.
That is so cool.
And it's not just like one of those things where you just do it and it's like, oh, yeah, you can do this now.
That's really cool.
In music, tattoos are deeply embedded in rock, punk, metal, and hip-hop cultures. Artists like Post Malone, Travis Baker, and Kat Von D turn tattoos into symbols of self-expression and brand identity.
If you're looking for a really cool older movie, it's on YouTube for free. I believe it's called either The Tattoo or The Tattooer. But it is an older movie, and it's about, like, it's a thriller where a guy is like hunting down somebody for a tattoo issue or something like that. Another movie that uses the tattoos, don't know what it's called, but it's basically when you die, you can be uploaded onto the cloud, and they use tattoos to hack the cloud systems. So like a little kid was stuck as a kid because his parents didn't want to lose his memory of him as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So he was aging up technically in the cloud, but his body was staying a child. So he went to a hacker to put X's onto his arm, which is fucking with his code, so that he would grow into a full adult. Which I thought was kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, this was going to be kind of a shorter one. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up. From Ötzi's ancient healing marks to Polynesian rites of passage, from Japanese irezumi to sailor tattoos, from criminal brands to celebrity sleeves, tattoos tell human history in ink. They've been feared, banned, cherished, and celebrated. Today they are both personal and global, a permanent mark of who we are, where we've come from, and what we want to carry with us. Tattoos are not just art. They are history written on skin, living symbols of pain, beauty, and identity. Do you have anything to say before I do the last little bit?
Get a tattoo. Don't get nothing stupid though.
And make sure it's not on your ribs or your knees or your elbows.
Yes.
Those are the 3 no-no zones for your first one, let me tell you.
Yeah. If you're an anime fan and you like tattoos, don't get the Berserk one. That one's so overplayed.
Is that the one that's like a triangle on top and then the weird little thing on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that in so many people. Everyone's
I've
like, oh, that's a Satanist symbol. No, it's not.
No, it's not. One, it's Berserk, and 2, I've seen it on so many people at work who have it. It's just, if you're getting an anime tattoo, get something else.
Something that it speaks to you and more than just, hey, this looks cool.
Yeah. Like, anime tattoos can look cool. Any tattoos can look cool, really, if you're willing to shell out for it, because tattoos aren't cheap.
If you're lucky enough to find a tattoo artist that is really good and light-handed and is cheap, like my guy up in Denton, stick with them.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find anybody else like that.
Yeah. All of my tattoos have been done by different people. Different places.
I've had repeat tattoos from 2 different people, but otherwise all mine have been from different people. Mostly the same places, but different people.
Yeah. My first one, I got at a tattoo shop outside of Fort Hood. The 2 other ones on my arm.
The ones that I bought you, or a different one?
The ones that, different ones.
Okay.
The lemon grab one and the, I guess you bought them.
I was say the only one I haven't bought is that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid for these 2 at the tattoo convention, and then that one. Yeah.
So yeah, she's got me tattoos because of a bet.
Hey, at least I finally paid up, okay?
Yeah. The lemon grab one and the skeleton night tattoo convention, but from 2 different people. And then the one behind my ear, the Mark of the Slayer from Doom, is got from another one outside of Fort Hood.
That one we actually made an appointment for.
Yeah. Space Wizards, I think the shop was called. Yeah.
And I have, like I said, I think I have 19, but I could be counting wrong. I've got bees on my knees in a, what would you call it? Some kind of design, an abstract design. Because I'm the bee's knees, from a Norwegian traveling artist who came through Waco. I've got a double-sided tarot card for my 2 cards that pop up in every single thing that I've ever done for myself. I've got a tattoo of my cat Dee Dee. I've got a skeleton hugging a booty. Because booty is life. What else do I got over here? I have a little heart that I did myself because I thought I was badass. I've got ravens. I've got my best friend and mine's thumbprints. I've got
The one that says rotten.
yeah, I've got Harley Quinn's rotten on my arm. I've got a cardinal sitting on a golf tee from my grandparents. I've got another booty that says "not yours" on it. I've got a tribute to my family and my what's it called? My matron? No. What's it called? The name that you're born with? Your last name?
I don't know.
Anyways, I got my family name on it. It says "Stay Davis Strong," and it's a jawbreaker because jawbreakers are hard as shit to kill or break. I've got a bee in a floral design on my sternum. I've got the Norse compass on my back with a raven flying above it, and I've got what else?
You got the smiley face ones on your thumb.
Oh yeah, the other one I did a double smiley face where one is upside down and one is right side up to mimic the masks that are used for plays and whatnot. And then I've got a zombie pinup girl that says "Undead Glamour" because zombies are my shit. So honestly, I've got a lot. So if you have any questions,
Yeah. I know Luis has a few tattoos.
he's got the symbols.
He's got
the chemical symbols.
He's got the chemical formula for drugs on his arm. He's got a stick figure man on his leg that he got at the barracks. He got like this big, like, I don't know if you could call it a sleeve, but it goes from like his shoulder down to his arm, but it doesn't go all the way around.
That's weird.
Yeah, Luis has gotten a few tattoos. Jair, I think, also has tattoos, but I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen him in person. Anyways,
Let's say he wasn't there for Christmas.
No, the last time I saw him in person was I think when I graduated basic, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, my mom has tattoos. She's got 4 right here on her chest. They're angel's wings with devil horns for me and my siblings.
Love that.
She's got
I want to get one for Edgar Allan Poe because I think that'd be really cool.
She's got one for, I think, my great grandma on my mom's side, and she's got a couple other ones. My dad has a few tattoos. He has like the praying hands with the rosary.
Mm-hmm.
On his calf muscle, he has the tragedy, the comedy and tragedy masks.
That's what that was.
But his are like the
actual or the cholo size.
They're like cholo kind of. They're like they're it's the sad face and the happy face, but they got like the big clown nose and the diamond eye paint. So then all the people I see at work with their tattoos.
Oh my god, there's so many people.
Yeah, you could probably just walking around Fort Hood or driving around, you can just see people with their tattoos everywhere.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I do want to say that this is the end of season 1 for our podcast. We are going to take a 2-week hiatus, and when we come back, we will go into some more historical stuff and kind of steer away from the, I guess, paranormal side for a little bit. But we will circle back around. We're going to have another episode about serial killers, more that we didn't touch on last time. So we're going to go into that. We've got a whole list of really cool ideas that I'm really excited for. If you have any ideas or want to tell us some stories of your own or show us some cool tattoos you have, you can also email us about sponsorships. You can email us pretty much anything you want. Our email is always open and it gets checked daily. Our email is echosofthepast.pod@gmail.com. Like I've said in previous episodes, you can get some really good energy powder and drink powder and really cool looking merch from dubby.gg and use our code Echoes of the Past with no spaces for 10% off your order. Let's see what else. We hope you have a great next 2 weeks, and we are very thankful for you guys. We are so ecstatic for how this has grown. It's been slow and interesting, to say the least. I've met quite a few people through my job as a Lyft driver who has shown a lot of interest in this. Um, and I just want to thank you guys. You know, the biggest networking for this is word of mouth, and we don't do any kind of advertising at all. So the fact that we are growing and hitting so many people throughout the world, because we have gone across the oceans at this point. I think what we had Israel and the Dominican Republic so far just popping up.
Yeah, on the statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Israel, and then the Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico. I can't remember. Let me look real quick.
It was one of the two. But the fact that we've now hit international waters is really cool to me, because this is not something that, like I said, we don't advertise this. We don't make ads. We don't nothing. What we get is from word of mouth or people finding us through us just posting content.
Okay. We've got viewers from Nigeria,
Oh gosh,
the
that's
Dominican
new.
Republic, and Israel.
The Nigerian one's the new one.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool. So I just want to put a really big thank you out, guys, because this is amazing. Do you have anything you'd like to add before we go into our exit?
No.
No? Okay. No. Well then.
Thanks for wandering through history, thanks for wandering through history with us on Echoes of the Past.
If you liked what you heard, subscribe, rate us, and tell that one friend who still quotes fun facts at parties.
And remember, history may repeat itself.
But we promise not to.
See you in the next Echo.